Welcome back to Further Solutions Academy. Further Solutions Academy. Encourage us more, help us to share our video and also subscribe. If you have not subscribed before, help us to press your subscribe button. Please, we need people to subscribe on it. We have over 190 videos presently on our platform, and if you want to support us, we need help. Please, you can support us. You can reach us on this number +2348034495990. Now, with this number, this phone number, you can call us, you can WhatsApp us, and also Telegram is allowed. Telegram is allowed. We need a lot of things at this present moment. We need a better board, which is bigger board. We need a better camera. Also, we need a lot of things in our studio here so that people will enjoy us more. At this moment, you can learn any topic of your choice on this platform without any problem. Even though there will be any problem, just drop a comment. You will surely be attended to. And if you expected a topic to be available on it, but it's not yet there, you can also drop a comment. It will surely be attended to. Once again, Further Solutions Academy. Now, what I have for you on this video, I have composition and the resolution of forces. Now, we know what forces is. It means at this point of our on this video will be more of an applied part of mathematics. We'll be talking about forces. We call it coplanar forces. We in the physics we call it static motion. When something is moving at a point, and how do we classify those things? But I will just be showing a lot of mathematical part of it and the application of a part of it. Now, that's what I mean by that. I will be on this part. Maybe second video I will move on to resolution of forces. Now, when I'm talking about composition of forces. Now, when I'm talking about composition of forces, now before you do find on this part, that is why trigonometry is a very powerful part of mathematics, that any student must be very good in trigonometry, because there's no way we talk about force that will not relate it with what trig, especially trigonometry ratio and some identity like that. Now, you have to know that we'll be talking about force. It means you must understand what is called vector. Vector is very important at this point. We have done we have video on vector. You can check over it. It's very comprehensive and very okay. And back to vector, I let you know what is called scalar and scalar vector. And we have done a lot of things on vector. And I said that vector involves magnitude and direction, which I've said that earlier. That direction and magnitude, we call it a vector. That would be a vector. Now, when we have attachment of direction with a magnitude of a number, it means it becomes a what? Vector, which you can check over that. And I've told you we have type of vector, localized vector, point localized vector, and so on and so forth. I'm not talking about vector here, but I'm just trying to locate it with force. Now, when I'm talking about that, you must know that okay, note, two forces acting at a point will result in a single force called a resolution. Resolution called resultant. Resultant. force. Now, when we have a two whatever on a point, let me write more on this. We apply of two forces which states which two forces we apply two forces which okay we apply two forces we apply the parallel. Let me use the word parallel. We apply parallelogram law of composition of two forces which state, I won't say much, please you can use your English to interpret this. I will have something like this. This can be force A on this direction, and this can be force B on this direction. Now, this is the point we are talking about. Let me call it point X. Now, their resultant now, that is what I mean by. Now, this one, we're just referring to a parallelogram. Now, which is very correct now. That is just like, this is parallel to this is parallel to this. Now, that is what I mean by that. Now, back to vector. When we are to explain in terms of vector, let me call this place W, let me call this place Z, let me call this place Y, so that I can be able to quote it. Now, don't forget by using vector notation, which is my x, y, it will be equals to x, y, my xz, it will be equals to sy plus what? Xw. Direction must be there. With this, it's telling us is a what? Is a vector. Is a vector. That is very, very important. That is very, very important. That is what I will be doing on this video, and you have to understand that very, very well. You can now talk about your own simple English with what I've said now, which is you can state it with your English. Look at how it must be a two parallel graph. I mean, if two forces acting at a point are represented in the magnitude. These are the magnitude. This is the magnitude. This is the magnitude. Now, which is R is my what? Resultant. My R is known as what? Resultant. My R is known as resultant. Okay, the magnitude direction by the two adjacent side of a what? Parallelogram. Then the resultant of the two forces are represented in magnitude and direction by the what? By this particular diagram. That is what I want to do for you. Please take note of that, because that is what we'll be working on this video. I'll just give 2 or 3 examples. By so doing that, you will understand everything you need to understand on that part of this. Okay. Now, when I have let me quickly move on to, let me draw that very well. And these are the forces we are talking about. Let me call this one T, direction, and let me call this one X. And okay, and I have this is my resultant, which is called it R, and I have it as R. Now, I have it as T. Also, this will be T. This also will be, let me call this place as X. This will be X. Now, please take note of that. This angle, the same thing as this angle, please take note of that. I can say that a triangle can be formed. Right angle triangle can be formed, which is, this is my theta. And also this face must be my what? My theta. Why? Everything that will be here, we call it 180 minus theta. You all know what is an angle on a straight line, which we have done that earlier. Now, by so doing that, I can say that with the help of your trigonometry, please, knowledge of trigonometry is very important at this point. If you are not very good in trigonometry, it will really affect you. Please make sure we have like 5 videos on trigonometry on this platform, which you can use them to help yourself. Now, once I have it this way, I can say that through my what's the name of this thing? We call it sine rule. I mean cosine rule. We have sine rule, we have cosine rule, and through my cosine rule, which we have sine rule, we have cosine rule. Both of them can be applied. Now, my cosine rule let us to know that my resultant squared equals to t squared plus x squared minus 2t multiplied by x cos my theta. Now, it's not only my theta, because this is what I will be working on. 180 minus theta, all in degree. That is what I will be working on. By so doing that, we can also get let me call this particular angle, let me call it okay, gamma. Can also get gamma, the inclination of what? Of t to x in the right angle triangle of what? Z. Let me call this place. I want to name this place. Okay, this is W. This is V. This is Y. Now, I will call it Z X W. Z X W. Now, which is I can say that what tan gamma it will be equals to Z. Hope you know what I'm trying to do now. I'm talking about this and this. That's what I'm trying to do now. It means this is a right angle triangle. I'm not using this particular angle now. I'm using this related to this, which it will give me my Z, which show something like this, which is 90. This is the 90, and the gamma that I'm talking about, which I'll be having as tan theta. I mean tan gamma equals to V all over XV, which I'll be having can also be equals to ZV divided by X S plus X plus what am I plussing it with? S plus tan T cos theta. Do you know what I mean by T cos theta? Which is I'm using this at particular angle, which is a cos, so cat so car so that's what I'm using there. Now my car is what I'm using here because I'm talking about adjacent, and what will be here is will be what, and please you can get that from your from our trigonometry ratio. Now by so doing that, I think my problem is half solved. Since I have it that way, I can also say that okay, since there I can say to get W and ZV in right angle. in right angles triangle. In right angle triangle, sorry. In right angle triangle, which is VW, ZW. You can also say that what? WV and T given CA, which is, I'm talking about car. That is, I'm talking about car. Now, since I'm talking about car, which I'll be talking about, my car is always equals to cos theta all over what? WV all over what? T, which I'll be having, which also the same thing, which implies WV equals to T cos theta. WV equals to T tan cos theta. That is very good of you. Please take note of this information. They are very, very important. They are very, very important. Now, another one that I'll be emphasizing on, that also be useful. Now, which I will similarly, VZ and T given so this, which is sine theta equals to ZV all over what? C, which is my ZV equals to tan theta, which is my tan gamma equals to, lambda, is it okay, lambda T sine theta divided by x plus T cos theta, x plus sine theta. Now, that is what we need to understand at this point. That's what we need to understand at this point. Now, let me quickly show one or two questions, if time permits me, to illustrate all what I've been saying since. Now, the first question is that find the resultant of the force 47 Newton and 11 Newton with angle 45 degree between them. Now, I have this type of problem to work on. Solution to this problem is always simple once you understand what I've been explaining since. What I will just do, I will alternate my two forces. Now, one is longer, one is shorter. This is 7 Newton and 11 Newton. Very, very important, which is we are talking about force here. Now, resultant is what I'm talking about, which is, this is the resultant. This is the resultant. Now, I call it like that. Since I have it this way, now the angle we are talking about, the angle is 45. Here we also be what? 45. Now, I can now move on by having, let me call this place 180 minus 45, which is, I will be having 180 minus 45, it will be equals to 135, which I'll be having 135. Now, since I have my 135, I can now proceed by having this is my resultant, which is, I call it R. My R squared equals to force A, which is cosine rule, 7 squared plus 11 squared minus 2, 7, 11, and cos what? Cos 135. That is what I'll be using, which I'll be having 49 plus 121 minus 2, 7 times 11. Now, this is 14. 14, it will be 50, it will be 150, it will be 157 cos 2. Now, when I press calculator, 79 minus 108.8. I'm pressing my calculator here. Okay. Now, which I'll be having r squared equals to 61 point. Now we square the both sides. Which I'll be having 7.82 Newton, which is approximately equals to 7.8 Newton. That is what we are asked to find. That's what we are asked to find. Now, another one can also come this way. Another question can also come this way. Find the magnitude of the resultant of two forces, 6 Newton and 8 Newton, acting at 240 degrees to each other. Now, solution to this one. This time around, you have to understand the question very well, because 240 degrees has turned over the whole system. Now, when I've told you, if you do your history of mathematics, they will tell you how movement of angle always move like this. We call it anti-clockwise movement, and you can see the life application of it is from the rise, sunset and sunrise. Sunrise and sunset. Please take note of that. I have to let you know that very well. Now, what I have that I'll be having, let me assume that it will come this way. Okay. Now, it means here will be 240 degrees. Now, it means the movement will go this way and also go this way. Now, the story have changed this time around. Here, we are talking about at a point is 360. Here will be 120 degrees. It means I'm talking about 8 Newton and we're talking about what 6 Newton, whatever you call it anyhow. Now, since I have it that way, I can now resolve it, but also resolve it, which is I will be having, my resultant will be falling here. My resultant, which is my R. This is my what? My R. Now, when we talk about resultant, resultant is a force that always opposes movement. When something is moving like this, something that let's draw that back, we call it resultant. When we're talking about physics, we'll do more of that. Now, since I have it this way, I can now say that here, something can be formed here. Also here. Now, we can say that 120, here will be 60. And since here is 60, and here will be 120 degrees. Please take note of that. I'm just trying to manipulate. It means since I have it this way, I can say that I'm looking for my resultant, which I don't know it. Now, I can say my resultant squared equals to 6 squared plus 8 squared minus 2 multiplied by 6 multiplied by 8 cos what? My cos theta will now be what? It will be cos 180 minus, this here will be 180 minus 270. 180 minus 270. 240. Which is I'll be having my R squared equals to 36 plus 64 minus 96 cos minus 60. Now, please, I think you need to understand what is called quadrant at this point. You have to understand what is called quadrant. We have done that. You can check on our video. It will really help you. Now, this will give me 100 minus 96 bracket of 1.0 that, which I'll be having whatever, which is, let's say divided by 2, which is going to be 48 plus 100, which I'll be having root of, my r will be equals to root of 148, which the same thing as I can turn it to 2 root 37. That is all what I have there. That's all what I have there. Okay. Let me generate another one that will really help us. Okay. All these any of them can come out in any of your exam. Please take note of that. Now, okay, before I go to the next video, let me try to generate angle. For instance, I have this type of forces. I have these two forces, which is 30 Newton. Movement goes this way, and also these forces. Now I have the theta, I don't know it, and also now my resultant is My resultant is given as 40 Newton. Now, this I don't know it also. Here is the triangle I was talking about. Theta, I don't know it. And also here will be what? Beta, which I did not know also. Now I'm looking for find beta and alpha. Now don't forget that beta plus alpha, it will be 180. Please think of angle on a straight line. And my theta will be equals to 180 minus what? Beta. Please think of that. Now I can now move on by having cos reverse. The other part of cos, which is cos beta, can be equals to let me call this place AB now, and C, which is I'll be having a squared plus b squared minus c squared divided by 2ab. It means multiplication is interacting there, which is I'll be having 30 squared plus 20 squared plus 40 minus 40 squared divided by 2 multiplied by 30 multiplied by 40. 2 multiplied by 20 multiplied by 20, sorry. Yes. Okay. Yes, which is going to be 2, 2, 4, 12. Now, which I'll be having cos beta A. Now, I'll be having, let me quickly implies this one will be 900 plus 400 plus 1600 divided by 1200. Now, which I'll be having beta equals to cos inverse of, when I add up the whole thing, minus is here, sorry, it will be minus 300 divided by 1200. This is going to be here one, and also it will be, which implies cos inverse of calculator. Okay, 34. 1/4 is it will be 0.25 minus 0.25. Now I can answer that what my beta with my calculator, which I'm trying to press here. Okay, now my beta will now be 75.5 degree, which is in terms of angle. Since I have it that way, 75.5 degree, which I will be saying that what my theta will be equals to, we have done that, 180 minus what? 75.5 degree. Now, which I'll be having, it will be also be what? 75.5 degree. It means my theta equals to beta equals to 75.5 degree. That is all about that. You can see how we generate angle of it. Now, in our next video, I'll be working on resultants of the or part of it. I will stop here because of my time. Once again, don't forget to subscribe and share, which is Further Solutions Academy. Help us to share and also subscribe. At this point, people are really on our platform, but what we need from you is, please, if you have not subscribed before, subscribe so that you can get updates from us direct on this. And if you want to help us, want to generate we need fund at this point, you know, we need to buy better board, better camera, and also pay some certain amount to our tutors. Now, please, you can join us. You can reach us on this number 2348034495990. You can use this number to call us. You can call us. You can WhatsApp us, and also you can Telegram. Telegram is allowed. Once again, thanks for watching.